we do. There we go. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, those are working. Okay, out of curiosity, if I do that. Okay, it still goes. There you go. Hello, hello. Welcome in. And feel free to chat in the chat. I can see it. I'm just finishing getting everything set up. And then we will read some Reddit stories. There you go. Okay. Hi. Welcome in. We will wait about another minute and then we'll get started. Okay, we're gonna get this show started. Hello, welcome in, and my name is Zen, and I usually do some sort of gaming, but today we will be doing Reddit stories. Oh my god, I forgot how much delay is affecting me. Okay, we'll check that. Okay, there we go. Sorry if I don't speak well. I have a kind of stutter. But it's usually better when I'm reading something. So, we'll see how this goes. I went through earlier and picked out some of the newest / ones that just seem to interest me mostly on Am I the Asshole, but I did grab some best of Redditor updates, and I think we'll start with those. Now, okay, everything, and that looks good. Alright, so the first one that I'll do is, parents want to cut my pay by $5 an hour. And it's originally from our babysitting, so that's not cool. The parents wanting to cut the pay. Hi everyone, I'm 20 female, located in Southern California, and I've been babysitting for this family for 20 years now. Oh, not 20. Oh my god. 2 years. Confirmed, I am blind. Maybe I should make this bigger. Can I? I don't know how. We'll be fine. For 2 years now. I have been watching their kids. There are 3 kids, 6 male, 5 male, and 2 female. 2 days a week, usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. They pay me $30 an hour. Well, Sunday night they asked me to babysit for a date night, but when they paid me this afternoon, I noticed they gave me $25 less. When I texted asking if they had made a mistake, the dad called me and told me he felt $30 an hour was a lot for 3 kids who he called self-sufficient. I realize you can't see my face because I don't have a VTube model, but I'm just like, a 3-year-old is not self-sufficient. 6-year-old maybe is a little self-sufficient, but not great. And 5-year-old is even less than that. That's $10 per kid. That's less than minimum wage per kid, dude. He told me that all they do is watch TV or play video games, and that it's an easy job, but he still felt like that they were paying me too much. He felt $25 an hour was more appropriate to pay since I am still in college. It was still great money for a college student. He also mentioned how inflation was causing him to cut any unnecessary expenses. I'd like to add that I walk to their house after my classes, and they're okay with me bringing my puppy along with me, which has been great. That being said, I still think a $5 an hour pay cut is too much. They live in a 6-bedroom house. I don't know how to approach the parents and say I'm not okay with the pay cut. Tell them I'm stop babysitting if you don't pay me my original rate. Like, that's $10 a kid, man. I already kind of went off on my tangent. Enter. They add some comments in here. Commenter, they are treating you like a child, telling you how much pocket money you earn for your chores. Tell them that you're only willing to accept their agreed upon rate. For the next booking, ask them to pay ahead of time, including the remaining fee they owe for this sit. That way you're covered should they find another sitter. OP. Yeah, he told me he talked to his friends, and one of his friends pays their babysitters $20 an hour for their 3 kids, which he thought was a fair price. It feels like I'm being talked down to. Commenter, does the mom know he paid less? It sounds like a weird power move on his part. I would let her know about the incident. If she agrees, then you need to communicate with them that you will not accept any less than the current rate of $30 an hour. You're already being underpaid, in my opinion. Again, she might not know, and this is a weird move on his part, speaking from someone who works with a weird DV. I don't know. Mom is really nice, and when I first started, it was $25 an hour, and she quickly changed it to 30. But the dad is a little more in charge, and I don't think she would say or do anything. I've kind of noticed they make way for him for everything. Now, thankfully, we have updates, and I think it's the next day. Hi everyone. This is my update from my post from yesterday, where when I posted about one of my families wanting to cut my pay by $5. First, I'd like to say thank you to all the kind comments and great advice. I didn't expect my post to blow up the way it did. I am grateful for all the support I was given. And I'm sorry I couldn't respond to everyone, but still thank you to all who commented. Sorry ahead of time because my post might be a long one. Oh, we love this. Okay, so after the phone call with the dad, I decided to text the mom and ask her if everything was alright and ask why they wanted to cut my pay that much. She texted me back saying it wasn't an easy decision, but ultimately her husband felt like it was best to have a sit down with me and talk about my pay and what I'm doing as a babysitter. I told her I wasn't okay with the pay cut and they owed me the $25 they didn't pay me for Sunday. Mom ended up Venmoing me the remaining $25 and asked if I could come in the morning to talk about my future with the family. Well, so I ended up going because the mom reassured me Dad wasn't around. And I talked to her and told her I wasn't happy that they did that to me and that I'm not going to babysit for them for $25 an hour when they have 3 kids. She told me she understood and was going to talk to the husband about it. Later tonight, I went and babysat for another family in the same neighborhood as them. They're all friends, and I told the mom everything that happened. She told me that the other mom tried looking for another babysitter and got quoted $60 an hour for the babysitting job, so she was pretty upset. Then that mom told me to tell them I've raised my rates due to the rising cost of living. I guess mom from the first family texted the other mom and asked if I was working for them, and the second mom said yes. Before I left, the first mom came over and asked if I was willing to make something work with her until she could work something out between us. The second mom then stepped in and said the going rate has changed and the babysitting rate for 3 kids was $50 an hour. The first mom said she felt that was too much money. I told her $30 an hour for 3 kids was too low, and she eventually caved in and we compromised at $45 an hour. Well, the dad, the one who wants to cut my pay, is gone on a business trip for 9 weeks. So the first mom told me she would pay me $45 an hour in cash until he gets back. And then once he's back, all 3 of us could sit down and figure out a new rate. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a moment. Yes, Queen, slay. Hey, get your bag. That is what you need to do. I agreed to it only because the dad wasn't going to be around. The first mom said he couldn't miss going to tennis on Wednesday night dinners, so she was thankful I was a reliable sitter. Now I have 9 weeks to find another job to fill in for Tuesday and Wednesday night work. I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I'm also really happy the other mom stepped in and stood by my corner when the first mom came over to talk to me. The mom I sat for tonight told me she would ask around and reassure me that it wouldn't be hard to fill in those days. I feel pretty good about that outcome and hope it all works out in the end. I have 1 more year of college, so I'm just hanging on until I can graduate. If you made it this far, thanks for reading. She's going to graduate with I can't say that, but she's going to graduate with little debt. First comment and her LOL, I love it. They figured they could pay less and ended up paying more. I've even been sympathetic. Having 3 kids is hard and time is tough, but it is fucked up to just decide after someone has done work for you that you decided to pay them less because you didn't think they really earned the rate you agreed on. But not tell them that and just pay less and see if they figured it out or not. Just fucked up. Yeah. That really is just kind of screwed. Okay. So that was the first story. I love that ending. I have hydrated. Because I'm going to need that from all this reading. Okay, the next one is definitely another Best of Redditor update. I want to know what this means. I'm keeping the garlic. And this title is insane. He wants to call off my divorce because my cancer treatment was successful. This was originally posted on True Off My Chest. Mood spoiler? What does that mean? Okay. Oh, that's for if you don't want to know. I've never seen. I don't use Reddit much. I mostly watch other people read it. When I was diagnosed with testicular cancer, he filed for divorce because he said it would be too much to take care of me. In my province, you have to live separately and apart for 1 year before a divorce is granted. Since he left, I've had surgery and chemotherapy, and my latest checkups show no evidence of disease. When he found that out, I don't know how, he applied in court to withdraw the divorce application. He told me that we can stay married since I'm no longer sick, and was actually shocked when I blocked the divorce withdrawal petition through my own lawyer. I don't want to be married to him after what he did. Yeah. You don't leave someone during that kind of time. If you do, you're just a jackass. Okay, some of the comments on the first post. I'm going to guess from this, as the divorce wasn't the case of we divorce on paper so medical bills don't screw our family over. As such, what an ass move. Dump them, no empathy. Oh, that's an actual thing? I don't think I've witnessed many people actually get divorced. So. My province covered everything. My only bill was for the TV to be hooked up in my hospital room after surgery. All my medical stuff was covered by MSI. Yeah. Another commenter. Nurses are trained to counsel the recently diagnosed spouses of men about this. Men leave their sick partners at a far higher rate than women. Original poster. I was warned about this by the medical staff after my diagnosis, and I naively thought it would never happen to me. It is no. I'm including this comment because OP's response made me laugh. Another comment. Severely downvoted and mocked. Wait, how did you even get testicular cancer? Don't you need testicles to get that? How did you even get testicular cancer? Or maybe might be a family history of since 2 of my uncles also have had it. Don't you need testicles to get it? Yes. Why do you ask? It's gay. Why can't we just accept that gay people exist? Update. 3.5 years later. Oh. I didn't even notice when that was originally posted. Wait, let me go back up. Oh, that was posted August 2022. And it was updated back in March. This year. 2026. Next, my divorce was made official yesterday. It's over. 4.5 years of hell and being in limbo, and now it is over. Last night was probably the best sleep I've had in years. Maybe only second to the day I was told there was no evidence of disease. Anyways, I feel like shouting from the rooftops because I'm free. I was diagnosed with testicular cancer on August 30th, 2021. 7 days later, my ex-husband told me he was leaving me because it would be too much to take care of me, and he didn't sign up to be a nurse. 7 days? You didn't even give it a month? Bro. When I had my first appointment with the oncologist a few days after my diagnosis, I was given a warning about men leaving their spouses when there is an illness, but I never thought it would happen to me. Every person in my support group who was married to a man and had it happen to them too. It was eye-opening. And, well, that's kind of what support groups are. But still, I spent almost a year going through treatment. I had surgery, I had chemotherapy, and it almost killed me, but in August of 2022, I was told there was no evidence of disease. I don't know how he found out, but when he did, he wanted to call off the divorce because I had gotten better. He was absolutely shocked when I moved forward with the divorce and did everything he could to drag it out. I'm so glad the court finally saw through his games, and now the divorce was made official. 4 years and 6 months after he left, I haven't seen or spoken to him in years, and I don't plan to ever again. Still no evidence of disease. I got a great new job with the provincial government, and I am planning a vacation for my 40th birthday. Most importantly, I'm free. I read below. Wait. One of the OP's comments. Oh man. Wow. So men do this to other men, not just women. Would you have left him if he got cancer? No. Oh, OP. No, never. Not in a million years. The thought of someone, including me, would leave their spouse that got sick never even crossed my mind. When I had my first appointment after my diagnosis and was warned about men leaving their spouses, I thought they were mistaken and just plain wrong. I was humbled a few days later. Top comment. And I remember you. Happy you got rid of both cancers. That is the best response. Really, the most succinct response to all of this. Yep. It's sad when getting rid of the relationship cancer takes 4 times longer than the testicular cancer, and I'm just like, yeah, that is kind of ridiculous. Okay. A little bit of hydration. Hydrate break. I need more ice in that. That's left over from last night. Okay. Another best of Redditor updates, but it's also on best of, oh wait, but it's also an Am I the Asshole? Am I having a stroke? Oh, my model has not been moving its mouth, like, at all. Hello? Why is my microphone not working on it? Yeah, my microphone's not going on off at all. Hello? Okay, give me a moment to troubleshoot this. Because it's never had this problem before. Is it because I have the music playing? Hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello. Give me a moment. Let me restart my model. Testing. Testing. Okay, it's working now. Hopefully it stays that way. Hello? Okay. It seems to. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll put the music back on. Okay, yeah, it seems to still be working now. That was so weird. Let me adjust that a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm sorry that my model wasn't moving at all earlier. And it's very strange that it decided to do that. we got it fixed, so let's get it going on to the next one. So, as I was saying, it's an Am I the Asshole from Best of Redditors update, so we'll see. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend's birthday dinner after his mom took my seat? I'd say no. Also, can somebody tell me what these things mean? Like, Satan is not a fucking pogo stick. That's so funny. To Am I the Asshole? Would I be the asshole? All public was the original thread. This was the original post was posted back in April 2025, so about a year ago. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend's birthday dinner because his mom took my seat as a joke? I would honestly, probably I would have stayed, but I am very particular about my seats anyway, and if they're out, it's a little less like that for me, but still this is where I'm gonna sit. You don't just take people's seats. Did school teach her nothing? I, 25 female, have been dating my boyfriend Matt, 27 female, for almost 2 years. His family is very close, and his mom in particular has always been a little possessive. I tried not making a big deal of it, but it's clear she doesn't like that I take up his time, and she's made passive-aggressive comments like, I hope I don't lose my son to some girl, even though we've been together for a while and I've made every effort to be kind and respectful to her. I already hate her. Anyway, last week was Matt's birthday. He invited me to dinner with his family at a nice restaurant. I dressed up, got him a gift I knew he'd love, and was honestly looking forward to the night. Sorry, it smells like there's something burning. I wonder if my uncle got the stove off. Oh well, that's the other side of the house, and I ain't the one to deal with that. When we arrive, I noticed his mom had saved the seat right next to him for herself. It's fine, whatever, I sat on his other side. But right before we ordered, his mom made a joke about how I always need to be next to Matt and said, let's see how you handle a little separation. And then she literally stood up, looked at me, and said, scooch, sweetie, motioning for me to move down a seat so she could sit between us. Everyone at the table laughed, Matt included. I can't wait to get a model so then I can have some shocked faces and whatnot. What the fuck? Bro, leave. Abandon ship. She wants to date her boyfriend. Give me a second. I'm deciding to adjust something. Where is the blink stuff? Avatar settings. Oh, I already have my avatar. Nice. State properties. Oh, okay. Blank duration. Okay, there we go. Okay. I meant to do that earlier and I forgot. Bro, run. She wants to date her son, your boyfriend. I was so stunned I just quietly got up and moved. For about 5 minutes I sat there feeling small and humiliated while she leaned over Matt like he was her date. So I stood up, grabbed my bag, and said, actually, I think I'm gonna head out. I hope you have a great birthday, Matt. And I left. Yeah, that was the best way to handle that. Matt blew up my phone later saying I completely overreacted, embarrassed him in front of his whole family, and can't take a joke. Okay, his mom texted me a sorry you were so sensitive message, which just made it worse. No! I hate her. What? Now he's not speaking to me until I apologize. I honestly feel like they were the rude ones, but it was his birthday dinner, so now I'm second guessing everything. Am I the asshole? Relevant comments. First one, sorry you were so sensitive, says it all, at least to me. She didn't acknowledge doing anything wrong. It's too bad that your boyfriend isn't looking out for you in this. As OP. Yeah, it's actually crazy. He still hasn't spoken to me, and it's been like 2 days. So I'm just going to drop his things off at his house, and that's the end of this relationship. Another commenter. Not the asshole. Have you ever talked to your boyfriend about his mother's behavior? If not, then he might see this pettiness on her part as a one-off. However, that doesn't fully excuse his reaction. Don't apologize to anyone. If you want to keep seeing your boyfriend, then talk to him about his mother. If he's receptive at all, then it might be worth working things out. If he refuses to hear or accept anything about his mother's behavior, then you might reconsider this relationship. OP. Yes, it's been a history of her doing petty shit like this. Okay, next day. I dropped off his stuff and he tried to have a talk with me and was basically saying, oh, his mom didn't mean any harm, it was a joke, and telling me to chill out, that I'm being dramatic. I told him to go date his mom because she is perfect and y'all understand each other's humor. I don't know what Rule 7 on this thread is, but his mom will ruin every last relationship he ever gets until he gets to the age where she's like, what? Where are my grandbabies? And can't understand why no woman wants her perfect angel. Oh, even then, whoever he knocks up will just be an incubator for grandbabies for his mom and will serve her purpose after giving birth. You need some self-esteem and a lawyer. And suffer constant disrespect at his mom's needing to be present for the birth, grabbing the baby even when the mom doesn't want it, calling the baby my baby, forcing her own awful parenting onto the baby. Yeah. You... OP, you really escaped. Okay, I've got an... Oh, another Satan is not a fucking pogo stick. I'm curious. Is that the person who is posting it? I'm confused. So another Best of Redditors update. I forgot I need to take a hydrate break. Give me a second. Everybody be sure to hydrate. I think I just got water on my keyboard. It's fine. It wasn't a lot. It was like a drop. It was secondhand and I've had it for like 4 years now, so it'll be fine. I had gone for a 1 week vacation and gave my house keys to a friend to look after and take care of my 2 dogs at my house. Now, he gave the keys to his girlfriend and let her stay at my house. She isn't leaving now after I come home. I called cops, but they said this would be a civil matter. What do I do? This was originally posted to our legal advice, and I'm just like, huh? That's not a friend. Okay, trigger warning. Oh, let me read the trigger warning. Entitlement. Yeah. That makes sense. This was originally posted 2015. This is an 11-year-old story. Okay. Hey, get ready for some juice. I'm owner of a 2-story okay, I think they don't speak English well. I'm owner of 2-story house. I had gone to Hawaii last week for a 1 week vacation with my wife. No one was at home, and it wasn't feasible for us to take the dogs with us. So I gave my house keys to a good friend of mine and asked him to take care of my 2 dogs. That this would involve feeding them, changing waters, and taking them for 1 hour walk daily. Okay, just from the title, change that from good friend to worst enemy. No, not worst enemy, but still. So his girlfriend was in town and she had no place to stay. He lives in a one-bedroom condo with two other roommates. So he messaged me and asked if I would allow his girlfriend to stay at my home for just one night. I agreed, as it was just a matter of one night. Now, yesterday I came back and found out his girlfriend had made dwelling in the upper floor had made a dwelling in the upper floor of my house. She had been staying there for 4 days. I asked her to leave immediately, but she and my friend are insisting to let her stay one more week because she's in search of a job in LA, California. I called the police. They came and said this would be a civil matter and I have to go through eviction processes. But she's not paying anything. She's not on any lease. You didn't ask her to stay. So I'm here with an unwanted stranger in the upper floor, an asshole friend who broke promise and has pissed off my wife. What to do, guys? Can I change locks and throw her stuff out when she's away? Can cut the electricity to upper floor? Relevant comments. First one. Sounds like trespassing. I think you have to stay someplace a week before eviction is required. Time to lose your friend. Honestly, I'd just pack up her shit and drop it off at her boyfriend's house and change the locks. Already told him to pound the sand. I don't want her in my house. I mean, she isn't supposed to be living here, right? I never allowed her to live more than one day. Isn't that illegal to live in someone's house without their permission? My permission ended after one day. Hey, did OP offer her money to her to leave? I told her I'd pay $100 for a relocation. And bitch is saying, raise it to $5,000 and she'll consider my offer? Bro! What the fuck? Give me a second, I got a notification. Oh, it's so goofball. Oh, stuff. Okay. Hey. He was already being generous. Another commenter. Seriously, pack up her shit and throw it on the street. In California, there are guests, lodgers, and tenants, all with different rights. Guests are less than 7 days and can be evicted any time with written notice. If they don't leave, it's trespassing. After 7 days, she'll have more rights. Okay, the next day. Good morning, guys. This is an uplifting update. First of all, I'd like to thank all you guys for such an overwhelming positive response. I'm glad there are people who would spend time from their busy life to help a random stranger on the internet. I think their English isn't their first language. It's either that or... To be fair, I've made stuff like this too. Written this badly. So, after reading all advices here and carefully discussing this matter with my cousin, we made a nasty plan. Yesterday night, that squatter girl went outside to grab some dinner with her boyfriend. Me and my cousin carefully packed up all her stuff into 3 bags, left it on our front porch, and locked ourselves in the house. We also looked over her stuff from the window to make sure no one steals it. So that was very polite. That was extra polite. You could have just left it. Our wait was over after 2 hours when the girl returned. She figured it out and started pounding at our door, yelling loudly to open the door. You know, typical squatter drama. We told her to go fuck off and we wouldn't open the door. So after 30 minutes of constant drama, she dared to call the cops. I was nervous how it would turn out. Cops arrived. Fortunately, these were different ones than the previous night. First, they listened to her side. Then they came to me. They explicitly told her I was sole owner of the house and never allowed girl to stay more than one night. She was not only trespassing, but living in my house illegally without my permission. Bitch kept saying I had given permission to stay there indefinitely and now kicking her out. Officer says, does she have any proof of that? She claimed she had some message which accidentally got deleted. Yeah, right. Now, the best part, officer then asked for her ID. She gave ID. The officer verified it over the radio. Suddenly, they told him this bitch had a failure to appear warrant for months-old shoplifting case. Stupid lady was arrested immediately. Her stuff was sent to friend's house. Now, this officer said, I don't need to worry, and they'll take care of her. I do not require any further action. So finally, I'm relieved from that squatter, and the bitch is behind bars. what a justice boner. All's well that ends well. Previously, there was bad cops, then comes good cop, and justice is served. Final comments. How did your friend react when this happened? It was nowhere to be seen. That was a terrible friend creating the cesspool of nonsense. Thankfully, there was a no-nonsense cop that got this resolved in the end. Her request says to stay for 1 week while she got on her feet. He was specifically put her in the next year of occupant and would have made it that much harder for her to remove her. Yeah. Be careful who you let in your house, guys. Okay, the next one will be another Am I the Asshole from Best of Redditor Updates with another Satan is not a fucking pogo stick. Hydration break. Okay. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend after he set me up for a loyalty test? No. Next. Now, I will actually read it, but loyalty tests are not good. This was originally posted to Am I the Asshole? Would I be the asshole? All public. Mentions of infidelity and deception. So if you don't like that, please move on or come back later. Also, hi, if you have just joined, feel free to comment, and you can I set up stickers and they should all be free, so if you want to hit me with shit, go ahead. One of my favorite, it's if my friend Simon will do it is just sticking cheese on me. Hey, I haven't seen some of the other ones, and let's actually, we're taking a quick break. Oh, the person left. Once the cheese falls. Oh, can I? Oh, wait, I forgot how to move this stuff. Okay. We'll get it back to reading. So, this was first posted in February 2025, so over a year ago. I, 25 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 28 male, for a year now. Our relationship has been amazing until one day he decided to put me through a loyalty test for a YouTube video. If you're gonna do a loyalty test, do it where it's not gonna humiliate them in front of other people. That's not the point of YouTube. This test felt completely real. The entire time I didn't flirt and made it clear I had a boyfriend despite the decoy's multiple advances. Then all of a sudden, the whole crew came out. My boyfriend in particular was smiling and happy. When the YouTuber told me this was a loyalty test and that I had passed, I sat there confused and stayed silent. When my boyfriend tried to hug me, I pushed him away and walked off. I was completely shocked and humiliated. I knew this was going to be on YouTube, so I didn't want to react the way that they probably wanted me to. Yelling, crying, making a scene. I simply said, the relationship ended the minute you decided to put me on a loyalty test. My boyfriend tried to stop me, said I was being dramatic, and that I had no reason to be mad since I had passed. That just made me angrier. All I wanted to do was go home. Yeah, It wasn't even for his YouTube channel. Bro, he just wanted his moment of fame. The next day, he called me wanting to talk in private, which I agreed to. However, he had already told his friends, our mutual friends, my own family about the situation. Oh, why are some men such pieces of shit? I see why women avoid us. During our conversation, he would call them or pull up their text messages so they could back him up. They all said I was overreacting and I should be happy because now he knows I would never cheat. We can finally settle down and be together. Yes, I love him and have considered that in the future, but I feel completely invalidated. In my opinion, loyalty tests are a lose-lose. Either you cheat or you don't, but either way, it proves that your partner doesn't trust you. I was completely confused because I thought I had given him zero reasons to doubt me. So when I asked why he did it, he admitted it was only because as his ex had cheated on him multiple times in the past with her co-workers, which means he had lied because he had told me that their breakup was mutual and drama-free. Okay, so more liars, and you didn't just tell? You speak about your trauma within the first, 3 dates. So you know what you're getting into. So people can help you work through it. I hate people. Also, I never realized he had trust issues because I'm such a homebody and work from home. Now that I recently got a new job and was leaving the house more and meeting new people, it put me in the same situation and setting his ex had been in. Which makes sense, but you talk about it. You don't loyalty test. At the end of our conversation, he asked if we were breaking up, and I told him I needed space. That was 2 days ago, and I'm still being bombarded with people saying I'm being irrational for being mad about this. The only thing he said in those 2 days was because I passed, I shouldn't even worry about the video coming out because they only post the fails. As if that was my concern. It is nice, but what YouTube channel is this? I want to be mean about them. Maybe I should react to it and be like, why are you doing this? Maybe I'm overreacting, but I need some outside opinions because everyone around me is making me feel like I'm crazy for being upset. I don't know what TLDR means, but my boyfriend secretly put me through a loyalty test for a YouTube video. I stayed faithful, but I felt blindsided and humiliated when it was revealed. Now his friends and my family are saying I'm overreacting and should be happy I passed, while I feel completely invalidated. Am I wrong for feeling this way? So am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend over this? Relevant comments. First one, not the asshole. Your boyfriend went behind your back in a way that left you feeling deceived, used, and humiliated. These are actions of an ex. The actions of an ex, so I recommend you just block him now. Any friends saying and you're overreacting are his friends, not yours, and your family needs to learn what respect is. OP. Honestly needed that. The worst part is that he's extremely close with my family, so even though we have only dated for a year, I've known him for so long. My mom especially is taking his side, so blocking him just isn't enough, apparently. Next comment. 1. If he actually puts this on YouTube, for God's sake, I'd never see him again, and contact YouTube to get it taken down. No. 2. I'd bet $1,000 that his ex never actually cheated on him. OP. At this point, I'm definitely not going to be with him. 1. I found out that even if it was going on YouTube, there was nothing I can do since it's one of those blurred faces moments. Damn. 2, never even thought about that because it took 3 tries asking him why he tested me until he finally caved in. But still, he most definitely could have been lying. So, either way he was lying, whether he didn't say it at the beginning or he lied about this now. Run, girl, run. Another comment. Not the asshole, he just isn't. He didn't just loyalty test you. He arranged a whole production to humiliate you for views. This is a massive violation of privacy and respect. Not only that, but he is weaponizing friends and family to harass you about this. He is trying to make you feel like the bad guy for having boundaries. And that their opinions matter more than yours. What happens when the two of you have a real disagreement? Is he going to pull the internet then too? He has done so much instead of just having a conversation with you. At every turn, he chose drama and deception over communication. Yeah. Another comment. You are under no obligation to entertain him or the YouTube public with your life. This was a test of his character, not yours, and he failed miserably. He was disrespectful in like 5 different ways. He broke your trust. Dump him and don't look back. You deserve someone who doesn't treat your relationship like a prank show. Oh. I had accidentally paused my test screen. There you go. I think I read that one. Why are his friends and family and friends so involved in the relationship? I know this isn't an excuse as to why they're so involved, but for context, our families are extremely close together. Our parents and our best friends and always wanted us to get together. So now that we're together, they think it's irrational of me to end it since we're perfect for each other. Aww. I haven't actually fully experienced that. But that sounds like it sucks. Updated the original post 2 days later, or back in 2025. Update. I took all y'all's suggestions, including showing my friends and family the Reddit post I made. Most of them backtracked once they saw the full context of what happened. His brother told me he wanted to talk because there was something he needed to get off his chest. He admitted that my ex had been planning this for a while, not just for the video. Bro. Last night we spoke, and his ex-girlfriend, told me she heard what happened through a mutual friend. She reached out to tell me her side of their breakup. Their breakup ended because she found out he was the one who cheated multiple times with multiple women. When she confronted him, he tried to flip the script on her. She also revealed that during the relationship, he recorded a lot of their conversations, lied about where he worked, including his actual salary and position. And when she got caught looking through his phone, he completely flipped. He broke up with her on the spot, claiming she didn't trust him, even though he was the one being unfaithful. This morning, she still went ahead and told him everything I'd said and what I had found out. He started blowing up my iPhone with explanation texts. After an hour, he apologized, admitted he was sorry, and that he was only projecting his past traumas onto me. I didn't buy it and blocked him. You would think that after all this, people would see my side, but some of his friends are still messaging saying I ruined his career by not letting him post the video. So he made the video. So it wasn't a different YouTuber. What the fuck? Bro. And now is what... And I am actually happy I am single. Thanks to everyone who gave their opinions. It was incredibly eye-opening, and I'm glad I'm moving on from this mess. I'm officially single and staying that way for a while. Yeah. He dodged a nuke. Right, OP, your family are close, but he set up an elaborate production in hopes of humiliating you for his online clout. That's not a person who cares about you, and your mom should feel that way, too. I'm confused. It started sounding like he hired a YouTuber with to catch a cheat eater style channel, and ended with him having his career ruined, and because he can't post the video. What? Oh yeah, this was an exchange. He was planning to cash in on his girlfriend and the only asset he has for views. He was hoping that something would happen and that would give him an opportunity to boost his social media following, which I'm sure is like 5 actual people and 100K OF bots. He was fine losing the relationship as long as he got something from it, but he played a stupid game and won the stupid grand prize. So no actual career are to ruin then. Considering he lied to his ex about his career, it'd be completely Jack's complete lack of surprise that he lied to his friends and family about his career too. Yeah. Or it's poorly thought out and didn't happen. That just happens. I don't know. It could be fake, as some of the other people are saying, but I don't think so. Okay, so this one's straight from Am I the Asshole? Oh, anyway. Was it updated an hour ago? Wait a moment, let me reload the page. Oh, okay. Because I found these earlier in today. Okay, so that was 10 hours ago. So this was posted today, April 11th, 2026. So, we'll see. Am I the asshole for calling my dad a piece of shit after he hired strangers off of the street? Depends on the situation. Most of the time, I'd be a little concerned, but I, 21 female, I'll live with my mother, 43, and sibling, 16. My stepfather, 45. Oh, it's stepfather. No. Oh, you're not the asshole. I have a stepfather. I do not like him. Lives. My stepfather, 45, lives in a flat on the same property after separating from my mother. So, wait, he's not even dating your mother anymore? What? Yeah, you're definitely not the asshole. I'd just be mad in general. My mother struggles with severe paranoia and is a very skittish person, and my stepdad knows this. To make it worse, we live in an area with a high crime and home invasion issue, and our country has a femicide happening. So, I'm assuming that means female genocide happening. So, I'm thinking this is somewhere across the world. I live in America. I'm assuming this is somewhere in, like, Africa or I think part of Asia. If I'm not good with geography in other countries because I need to do more study about that. But that's what it sounds like to me. Extra context. It's common and locally to hire people on the streets to do garden work for the day. Yesterday, our community security group, which me, my mom, and stepdad are a part of, multiple people complaining about two guys in a white pickup with a busted windshield driving around the area and stopping next to multiple houses. And when approached residents claimed they work for random houses in the area. The owners of every house mentioned clarifying they have not employed anyone recently. Okay, so they are definitely bad people. Today, my stepfather was supposed to do yard work on our side of the property as per agreement with my mother, but decided to hire someone in the area instead. Mind you, this is not a small business, etc., just a guy and his buddy looking for work. And it happened to be this exact guys with that exact truck. So, wow. I want to murder the guy. You could probably get away with it in that country too. I'm sorry. That's kind of bad. Me, my mom, and sibling were out for the day and only came back late in the afternoon, only to see the car we heard people warn each other about at our house with my father and two strangers in our yard having a drink. Bro, he endangered them so hard. I was livid because he does have a habit of, one, not paying attention to safety measures in context of where we live, and two, hiring strangers because it means my mother has to pay them for doing what he agreed to do himself. So, he's not even paying? It'd be one thing if he paid. maybe we could see a way around it, but her mother's paying, and they brought dangerous and potentially dangerous people around with a paranoid woman, and not the asshole. I'ma sock that dad. And that's a stepfather who's not even going to be your stepfather long. I took him aside and asked if he saw the community group's warning and if he understood we are 3 women living alone on one side of the property and we don't want strangers on it. He blew up, half drunk, and yelling he saw the community post, but it's not his job to be security. He said my mother was making me a paranoid mess, and if they do anything sketchy, we'll deal with them when the time comes. That's... bro, they could kill you in a moment's notice. I hate people. I yelled back and told him he doesn't understand how it feels to be scared when just existing, and he has no consideration for the feelings of the family he abandoned. I told him he is a piece of shit because he uses his fear tactics with us before when he still lived with us. He got in his car and left for a drink. So he drunk drove, and he went to go get more drinks while drunk driving. So, yeah, no, he is a piece of shit, even just for that. His father, who also lives with him in the flat, approached me and told me I have no respect and make a problem out of thin air. He isn't a good person sober either. He just has a habit of drinking a lot regardless of time or context. This is the first time his dad has spoken to me like that. Kick him out! They're living on your property. Am I the asshole? Oh, I feel like this was intentionally cruel, regardless of his issues with my mother. If your family approaches you and says that they're worried, you're scared, this is how you tell them you don't actually give a fuck. Yeah. You should have called the police and reported him for driving under the influence. We have multiple times. He's been arrested twice, and that there's been a lack of timely response from the police and our private security when we've tried recently. Don't stop. Report him every time. Yeah. Not the asshole. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you need to get separate locks for your portion of the house and not let your stepfather in there. He is separated from your mom. There is no need to jeopardize the safety of the 3 of you for the sake of being polite to him. I repeat, do not give him access to your home anymore. He wants to let strangers into his place and take the risk of crime happening. That's his headache, and he can deal with it. Yeah. Time for you to do your own home. Not there. I don't understand that comment. Watch the Elizabeth Smart art story on Netflix and see how hiring a stranger worked out for her and her family. Yeah, so I'll do my... There you go. Not the asshole. He is the asshole. He deserves to have that crime happen to him. Lock your house. Break the locks on his house. No, actually you could, because it's your own property that you're just letting him stay in. You can break the locks, and either he has to replace them or he has to live with them. And just say, yeah, no. Let whatever happened to him and his father, because his father living there and saying that shit to you is crazy. Okay, we're at an hour. Nobody's here, but I might have somebody joining soon, so unless somebody joins, I will read for about another half an hour, so 1 or 2 more stories, I think. I've hydrated. Ish. Okay, so this was... Wait. Oh, the Am I the Asshole thread was created back in 2013. My mouse was over something. So this person was already voted not the asshole. I want to read it. This was only posted a day ago. Am I the asshole for not wanting to spend money we do not have on my stepdaughter's wedding? So, this looks like it's going to be a little rough on the English, so I apologize. But my husband and I have his, her, ours, theirs. We each have an adult child from our first marriage to different people, obviously, and we have 2 littles together. Neither of us centers our lives around money. I'd say that we live somewhat comfortably. We've always had a modest budget. Our decision to have our last 2 kids took this into consideration. That's part of why we have a modest budget. Because kids aren't cheap. We raised our first 2 into successful young adults, so we know the sacrifices is involved in raising kids. I work part-time, so I'm the go-to parent for sick days, school events, appointments, etc. His job carries the family on his health insurance. It works out well. His ex and her husband have always been pretty financially well off. He's always paid a lot of child support monthly. They didn't go to court. He just did it because he didn't want to be a shit parent. Basic human decency. My now adult bonus child. Oh, bonus child. I'm sorry. That's one way to call your stepkids. I mean, it's a positive way. It's a bonus child. Oh, you didn't have to birth it. You're good. I like that. Was always asking her dad, my husband, for money for basic stuff like school, textbooks, help with her car, etc. I don't think she understood that after we paid her mom's child support, we didn't have much money left outside of that. Occasionally, it caused tension between us because my husband always wanted to give her money while her mom and stepdad are pretty well off. Now, Bonus is engaged. I love that her name's just now Bonus. Now Bonus is engaged. Woo, we are so excited and her partner is absolutely amazing. We're over the moon. Here's the catch. There is the expectation that the wedding is going to be the traditional route, where the bride's family is expected to cover the majority of the wedding expense. They want a pretty traditional fancy wedding too, and we are expected to pay for half. This idea of spending so much money on a wedding has always been completely absurd for me. For my own first marriage, I did a nature theme, married outside, had a potluck, etc. It wasn't pricey at all. My husband feels the same way in terms of how silly expensive weddings are. We are nature people in general. We grow a lot of our own food, try to support local businesses, etc., and we just aren't really materialistic in any sense of the word. I don't get nails done, I don't do makeup, I get regular haircuts, etc., and essentially on one salary we have to maintain a reasonable budget because we have 2 littles in the house too. Honestly, we barely have any money to contribute. Am I the asshole for not wanting to throw the little bit of savings we have to manage to build up at this wedding? No. You need your money. If they want a big wedding, they can pay for it themselves. Or ask the other family that has more, potentially has more money. It's potential because it could appear that they're well off and be struggling. It would be their fault, but there it is. Let's read some comment. Not the asshole, and no one is ever the asshole for not footing the bill for an expensive wedding they did not agree to pay for. If possible, discuss what amount you can give to your stepdaughter, no strings attached, and Dad should tell her ASAP that you'd both be delighted to contribute X amount of dollars to the wedding. If you cannot afford to give anything, also tell her that right now, out in clear terms. But let this post be the first and last place as you inform the general public that you are not materialistic. That's great, but it's completely irrelevant here and makes you sound smug. Not really. But whatever. OP, he does not sound smug. The information she shared about the role all money plays in their lives was relevant to her question. Oh, she sounds a bit judgmental about her stepdaughter. Yeah, I get the sense that everything is exactly the way OP is presenting it. Yeah, the repeated bonus daughter seems off. She's not a bonus kid. She's a full-fledged part of your family, 100%. I still like that. She's technically a bonus. She starts as a bonus. She may be a full-fledged part of your family, but it's a way to do the anonymous thing, and It's just kind of funny. LP and spouse should definitely identify what they're willing to gift, then step back and stay out of the rest of the process. No more comparing what the stepdaughter wants to what they would choose or do. No strings on the gift. Make it an amount they can comfortably plan to gift to each child for a similar adult ritual, and stick to it for all the others too. Bonus child is a term I've seen quite commonly for stepchildren. It usually is intended on the warmer way to specify that the relationship in question is step than rather bio. Step can have negative connotations. A lot of people don't necessarily view step-parents, step-kids, or step-siblings as a positive thing. Bonus usually is used to convey the parent does view the relationship as a positive thing. There we go. Also with bonus, it acknowledges that the child in question has their own mother and father who can participate. Hey, no, to refer to your stepchild in the most circles. It sounds like that to you, but it's... Oh, okay. I read it as a script. It's funny how language... Yeah. Okay, we'll read this last one, and then we'll move on. And, I do not necessarily feel that OP's relationship with the stepdaughter is less than what she says it is, just because of that moniker. But I do get the feeling that OP might have a bit of envy because they're not in the same financial position as the ex and the new mister. Or still, if they don't have the funds to cover it, you can't get blood from a turnip. That's a fun phrase. You can't get blood from a turnip? My daughter, from another bio mother, or is that better, wanted a small wedding at our house. She did this 3 weeks before her sister got married and 11 weeks after our son got married. 3 weddings in 3 months was exhausting and drove us nearly into bankruptcy, but we knew of them all at the same time, so you told them what we could do. 4,000 contribution for each to be spent as they wanted. We also offered to build a kitchen for each of them, and when they bought their house as a wedding gift. It doesn't sound like much, but we have 4 kids, 4 other little kids at home, and another 2 in college. We were Wait, how many kids does this commenter have? 6. They have 9 children? If only we could see my face right now. Oh my god. The one daughter's future mother-in-law wanted a huge wedding at an expensive venue and really tried pushing her will on my daughter. But the daughter wanted to keep it to 75 guests per side and have it at our house. Okay, 75 guests per side, so... Oh, mathematically speaking, that is 150 guests in total, so that's not small. And in your house. How big's your house? Mother-in-law didn't like that idea and kept pushing us to increase the funds. Daughter wanted an outdoor wedding on the island, so we had to upgrade the plants, finish our deck, and complete the pavers so that there would be place for everyone. This was an additional in addition to the wedding budget. My mother-in-law was A, well off, and B, demanding. She ended up inviting over 225 people and never mailed our invitations. Those who knew of the wedding arrived and wondered why we didn't send out invitations. Grr. Wow. I hate the mother-in-law. Mother-in-law made so many snide comments. Go ahead and have all you want to drink. We paid for it. Sorry about the whole burger and hot dog thing. The bride's parents didn't want to spend more on better food. Then finally the speech, and we wanted to spoil our son and his new wife, so we decided to pay for their honeymoon since they had to pay so much of their own wedding. Wow. But my daughter got in her dig. Thank you all for coming to the wedding. I hope you enjoyed the simplicity of it, because that's who Billy and I truly are. I know my mother-in-law likes it fancier, and I apologize for offending her by not honoring her wishes. We are not taking a honeymoon because we're closing on our house next week and want to spend our vacation with my folks because they're building us a new kitchen. for textbooks, and OP's making it sound like she's asking for money for it. Yeah. Anyway, hey, you've heard my opinion. I think I have a bad memory. Yeah, you've heard some of the comments here. Let's see what you think. Hydration break. Maybe one more story, depending how long it is. And if somebody joins and starts chatting, we're all good to keep going. But otherwise, am I the asshole for lying to my family about how much money I have? Not the asshole was the determination. This was from about a week ago. And it's a short one, so I might read two. For context, I'm 19 female. I grew up in an extremely poor family with my mom, aunt, and grandma. We're a very small family, and although things have moderately improved, everyone is still lower class. Yeah. That's a lot of the time. Oh, excuse me. I went to uni at 17 and started receiving student loans. My aunt started asking me for loans regularly. While I lived with my mom, I paid around $400 a month for rent and helped out with things like car insurance. I had to move out at 18 due to constant arguing and strain on my mental health, and since then she has also occasionally been asking for loans. You're asking for loans from loans? Bro, do you not know how that works? After I moved out, I got a part-time minimum wage job to help out with the rent and my car. And while I'm not great at saving, I've been trying to put away small amounts each month with the hopes of saving up for a deposit on a house. At one point, my mother confessed to me that she has maxed out all her credit cards, and I ended up emptying my savings, both helping her and give my aunt loans of $200 at a time, some of which I never saw back. Bro, you are not the asshole. You don't owe anybody that much unless you're living in their house, and that's only for utilities and whatnot. You don't need to give them loans. It's nice when you do, but you're not the asshole for lying about that. After this, I told them that I wouldn't be able to help them so much anymore. Except recently, they ended up back in the exact same situation. I've replenished a good amount of my savings, but after a long talk with my grandma, who has also been giving them loans, she urged me to keep my savings private. So for the last 6 months, I've given them smaller amounts, telling them that's all I can afford. Last week, my aunt was helping me with something on my laptop, and I had left open a statement from my savings account. She blew up at me over lying, and when my mom found out, she did the same thing, saying that if I can afford things like my tattoos, the club, and other non-essentials, then I should help them to be able to afford helping my family out. Neither of them have talked to me in over a week, saying I have turned my back on family so they can do the same. I feel so guilty, but I am so tired of helping them out of a situation they keep returning to. Am I supposed to never enjoy myself because they can't get out of debt? Am I just being selfish here? No, honey. You're doing what you need to do for your own health's sake. They are older. They are stuck in their out of their ways. They won't change. You may love them. I can't just say, hey, just cut them off. It's not always that easy. Yeah, but it's not fair that they're doing that. It is not fair that they're putting that on you. Let's read some comments. And imagine how embarrassed you'd be at their age, relying on a 19-year-old to get you by in life. They should be ashamed. They should be ashamed, not the asshole. You're putting away a few bucks in case you have an emergency. Being irresponsible doesn't make you obligated to bail out the irresponsible. I love how they called them loans, and are they seriously paying you back ever? OP commented, "The silver lining, at least, is that I'm very motivated to never end up in that situation. And it's great motivation for exam season. Hopefully I can be the one to start a better life and be a good example for any future children. If you keep giving them money, then you will absolutely end up there. You need to never, ever, ever give them another cent." And I had this issue with my girlfriend's sister's husband. Every month he'd ask me for a couple hundred to help out with either rent or food for their child. I don't want their child to go without food or a roof, so I helped him as much as I could. Well, one night during family dinner, his sister said they've been having to take out payday loans to make ends meet. I asked him and why they still needed help when I thought I was giving husband enough to cover things. Turns out she knew nothing about it, and he was just pocketing the money. Yeah, I'm not reading anymore, but still, oh my god. I hate people. Okay, we can do one more. I'm not going to take a hydration break. Another Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for firing my mom from childcare for over a $5 class? My husband and I have a 16-month-old daughter, Ella. I just went back to work part-time and had my mom watching Ella 2 days a week. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's going on. Just the hydration. Ella goes to this little toddler class through our rec center twice a week. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick. Okay. Twice a week. It's a 2-hour class, and every class has free to play, a circle time with a story and song, and an art project. During free play, the kids have 4 different table stations they could visit, including an art table, a corner of the room with all cars, trucks, and trains, the house corner with a kitchen and baby dolls, the dramatic play area changes bi-weekly. I've seen a grocery store, vet office, and pizza shop, the book area, the block area, and the patio. The patio has 2 water tables, 2 playhouses, a sandbox, tricycle, and a little Tykes car. Each class is only $5. Parents, caregivers are required to stay and supervise their children. And this sounds like the setup that I kind of had in preschool. It sounds weird that I remember that, but I only vaguely remember actually being in preschool. But it was at the family church that I was going to, so we could go down there at any time or whatnot later, when after class times normally would be anyway. Ella loves this class. She's addicted to the chalkboards there and is starting to approach other babies. She does taste test every phone block in the room and has eaten her fair share of crayons and finger paint, on top of drenching herself in water, then rolling around in the sandbox and covering herself in paint. But it's nothing that cannot be solved without a change of clothes and hosing her off. I love how great the class is for her development. She is starting to know the names of colors and can sit it down and play with toys for longer stretches. So, at 16 months, she's doing all that. My mom hated the toddler classes. She described it as chaos and insisted that a walk around the block or a trip to the library is just as good, if not better, for her development, and much less money. Much less money? It's $10 a week. That's not bad at all. And while, yes, it works, it's a better option, honestly. I still insisted, and much less messy, not money. My bad. Zen can't read, Zen cannot read. Still insisted that she take Kelly, which she agreed to, then stopped aching her behind my back. I only noticed when I realized we haven't gotten art projects back in a while. Since she lied to me about where she's been going with my daughter and refused to take her to a class that I truly believe is good for her, I fired my mom from babysitting and hired a college student to stay with her while I'm working. Now my mom is upset that I'm restricting her access to her granddaughter and leaving her with a stranger, which is one of the things she was trying to prevent by babysitting my daughter for me. Now I want to know if I was the asshole for firing my mom and not having Ellie see her nearly as much over a $5 class. Okay, you can still come over whenever you want when the babysitter's not there. when and your daughter's there. You have as much access as you want. Uh, it. I hate people. No, you're not the asshole, OP. Kick the mother out. If she thinks you're restricting now, actually restrict her. Yeah, I'm kind of joking. Not really, but it's up to you. First comment, not the asshole. I'm a nanny and work mostly with kids this age. I've come to realize most of the grandparents of the boomerish children, 50s to 70s, cannot handle what, and most of what is best practice now for kids in kid spaces, which looks super messy and chaotic because they weren't allowed to be like that and cannot handle it with their grandchildren. It's more upsetting and sad your mom lied to you over this. Missing the actual class for a month or so isn't a huge deal, but she did lose your trust, and realistically, she may never earn it back. Plus, you were paying money. I'm still. Somebody replied, itty bitty nitpick boomers are 62 to 80s. 50s is firmly angry Gen X. I don't know why. Maybe this granny got supervised and never had fun, or maybe there was something in her garden hose water that ate the fun section of her brain, or she's old enough that chaos just overwhelms her, like another commenter mentioned. Thanks for not lumping us with the I'm turning 50 in like a month. I'm a cranky cusp-ennial with increased toe on the energy. Just rewatched this yesterday, so I really am older and I do have better insurance. Full circle moment. Is of Tawanda. I don't know what that is. As a non-angry 54-year-old with 2 beautiful granddaughters, I would love to do things like this with them. Also, as an ex-early childhood education student, OP wanting her daughter to take the classes makes my heart burst with happiness. As someone without kids, I'm amazed that such a great opportunity is only $5. Her daughter is lucky to have a mom like her. My heart is also bursting. You know, garden hose water is what gave us ironclad immune systems. Don't come for the hose water. We all had what... It's all we had when we were forced out of the house for 12 hours a day in summer. I understand this. The hotter you are, the better it tastes. Although my parents mostly bought me books and ignored me quietly in my room. Yeah. Angry Gen X. No Gen X kid was supervised ever. Yeah, basically everybody's saying all that. Yes, I think the physicality of the class was more overwhelming for the grandparent than and they could handle. I have been to toddler classes like this, and there is always a caregiver of one of the kids who just can't not handle the child getting any mess or stains and freaks out about it. The kid is fine. If I were OP, I would be annoyed because the grandparent feels capable of taking the child out and prefers the library, but just can't handle things like this. So they're okay chasing the toddler, but not with this class. Hey, I'm 36 and that class sounds exhausting. A mess wouldn't bother me, just the chaos and noise. But that's also why I don't have kids and wouldn't spend time at something like this with my nibblings unless I had another adult to help, because I know I could not handle it. And I'd be honest about it and be happy to have someone else take the nibblings to things I couldn't handle and spend time with them doing what I can. OP is definitely not the asshole. It was not about the class itself. It was the lying. And I'd do the exact same thing, because if Grandma was going to disrespect the parents' wishes like that, what else will she lie about? Yeah. That's essentially the point. Alright. And we have reached hour and a half. So has somebody joined? No. So that means I will wrap it up for today. Hey, let me know somewhere, or if you want me to read some more Reddit stories. Anyways, this was fun, and I hope you can join me next time. I might be able to. I don't think I'll be able to stream again this week. I have a very midweek. I have a very busy week. Maybe Friday earlier. Otherwise, I will likely be streaming come Sunday. Yeah, I think that's how that'll shake out. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, lovelies.